Hey everybody, welcome to Flatlines. This is Will. I wanted to talk to you all about, or rather address a couple things that I've been seeing, mostly on social media places like Facebook. There's a meme that I saw that just irked me a little bit. It was a meme that said, if socialism was so good, why are people, trying to escape it? And it was a picture of what looked to be Cuban migrants, as many of you may have seen or know. A lot of over the years, Cuban migrants have escaped communist Cuba by floating across the Caribbean Ocean from Caribbean Sea from Cuba to Miami on ramshackle, rundown rafts, unseaworthy rafts, and they're a lot of times picked up by the Coast Guard. So it was a picture of these people, and it was accompanied by this statement, alluding to the idea that people hate socialism so much that they are willing to risk their lives to escape it. Now, I am frustrated by this because I generally try not to get into arguments with people on Facebook, because arguments do not solve any problem. All they do is reinforce people's already held beliefs. Nobody's mind is changed. Nobody's mind is really open, and all it does is to raise ire and make people upset. So I don't engage with that. But I did want to address it because I think that it's important for people to understand what democratic socialism really is, what it's supposed to do, and how it differs from communism. Now, democratic socialism, the way that it is described, especially in the platform of Bernie Sanders, and how it works in Western Europe, is in fact a system of government that basically allows for the basic needs of the people to be supplied. As you well know, or you should know, the basic needs of the people include food, clothing, and shelter. In a democratic socialist society, these basic needs are met, or as much as possible. So healthcare is accessible, education is accessible, housing is accessible. People at the end of their lives are not left to rot in nursing homes. And that's what it's about. In a democratic socialist nation, you still have you still have your free speech. You still have a free market. People can still open businesses. People can still earn money and make money. People can still criticize the government. People can still gather and peacefully assemble. Those values that we hold dear as Americans are still met under a democratic socialist structure. Communism usually differs in the fact that the market is controlled to the government to such a degree that there is no free market. You can't just open a business. You can't just live your life with the freedoms that we hold so dear and take for granted here. That's communism and socialism are not the same thing. So I want to definitely address that. And for those of you out there, I know that the ideas of government control can be pretty scary, and I do believe that at times government can overreach. However, there are basic human rights and just the ability to live in decency. There are folks in this country that are really, really struggling, that through legitimately no fault of their own, hardworking people that are paying into the Social Security system. Capitalism gone rampant is not so great either. For the simple fact that you cannot legislate away greed, basic greed, and capitalism gone wild. allows those that are greedy to basically have a whole lot more than their share. I'm planning another video where we really talk and address, maybe economics and how money kind of moves around, and why it's important that that money be spread down to those here at the bottom. So maybe in my next video we'll talk about that. But let me hear what you all have to say in your comments. I look forward to addressing them, and that's it. Have a good morning.